In 3, 2, 1.
Buenos noches, amigos, and welcome to episode 22 of Not Another Sox podcast. I am Jack Webster here, joined as always with Matt Galveo and Matt LeBeau. Fellas, we are at opening day now.
We are. We've waited this is a long time coming. Ever since October, through the lockout, we're finally at the opening day episode. So this is a big one, exciting one, and this is like a fresh start for us, really.
Yeah, this is our inaugural first season opener episode in show history. So obviously, as everybody knows, we started out in the playoffs of last year. Picked a great time to start, but then had the worst off season to have a podcast about baseball, and almost didn't make it, but we did. We made it. We stumbled on through, and now we're here.
Yeah, I'm not sure how much longer we really could have lasted through that lockout of absolutely fucking nothing going on. But we're in greener times now. The pasture is here. We've our opening day is Thursday in the Bronx against the fucking Yankees, of course. So I don't know about you guys, but this is one of the more exciting opening days that I've been looking forward to, other than maybe 2020 when I really did not think there was going to be a season.
Yeah. No, exactly. I mean, I feel like obviously the lockout had a big part in that, so everyone's kind of like fiending for baseball now because, we were kind of teased at one point that we might not even have a season. And the fact that we're here now is great. And especially it's against your biggest rival, the Yankees, in Yankee Stadium. So not really a better way to kick off the season than with a week like this. So this is gonna be this is big. I'm fired up.
And Jack, you said something before. I don't know how much longer we would have made it through. I couldn't agree more. And now that we're not going to do it, I'm just gonna let everyone know we were gonna set the Twitter world, the Red Sox Twitter world, on fire. We were gonna pit everyone against each other in a March Madness style bracket. So now that we're not going to do it, I feel like you guys should know who we really are, and we were about to really make some waves in the Red Sox Twitter world. It would have created a lot of rivalries.
If only there's going to be another March someday.
Yeah, but
yeah, it's almost like we can do that next year still, and still do that. But now everybody knows, so they're just going to steal it.
That's not going to happen.
Yeah. TM. You can't steal it now. TM.
Nah, it's just not gonna happen.
No, I mean we really, like you said, LeBeau, we could have flustered some feathers here, and we could have started a rivalry if we really wanted to, but I think we're on good terms with everybody right now, so we'll see how long that lasts throughout the season.
Yeah.
No, I am here to make enemies. I am not here to make fans or anything. I've been saying this for a while now. We need a rival Yankees podcast entering in the year. We just need to start tweeting "fuck you" at as many Yankees podcasts as possible, and whoever responds back, we're just gonna beef with this season.
Yeah. No, I'm down. I mean, you guys know 100%, probably better than anyone that is right in my wheelhouse.
Yeah, and the biggest Twitter shit talker I know, Matt LeBeau.
I would personally love that, and that sounds fantastic. I definitely, just chirping Yankee fans in person is fun, but on Twitter they lose it very easily on Twitter. So it's a good time. It's definitely a good time.
Yeah, I think more than half of our tweets are just about fucking hating the Yankees compared to actually enjoying the Red Sox. And it's called the healthy balance. You kind of need a yin and yang in your life. Yeah. So I think we're, perfect in that regard because everybody hates the Yankees.
Yep.
Yeah, no, exactly. That's something everybody can get behind. And, I can't wait until Garrett Cole shits the bed on Thursday. That's going to be awesome. Cannot wait for that.
Yeah.
If 3 innings, 7 runs. It's going to be great.
Yeah. No, we got a little something special for everyone that's tuning in. If you're here to listen about a nice season preview, then you came to the right place. If you're here to hear maybe some shit talk about the first series toward the Yankees, you're in the right place. We are also going to announce who won the tickets, so that's really exciting. Hang around to the end of the show for that. So it's going to be a really exciting show. Like I said, I mean, definitely this one I'm excited for more than any of the other ones because we didn't really know if this point would come. So I'm just thrilled.
Yeah.
And, we're really happy that we were even able to, give away tickets. This is something that we've been planning really since the start of this podcast. Is something that we wanted to do, give back to the fans. We're going to still try to do, some fun stuff throughout the season. We're obviously, going to tweet out which games that we're at, what bars to find us at, too. We're going to announce our main one this episode as well. So we really, want to make sure that you guys are enjoying the show and, we can interact with you as much as possible.
Yeah, we've already grown a pretty good fan base, through the lockout and through the off season. So it'll be nice to expand on that. Obviously, bring in some new listeners. I'm sure we'll get a lot of those as the season gets underway. So, this is really a start, really a fresh start for us too. So it'll be nice to get some new people hopping on board and enjoy the season here. So it'll be I'm looking forward to it. Be a good year.
No, absolutely, it will be. It's all about fan interaction, and like Jack said, we're going to have a lot of that this year. We will definitely keep you updated, let you know where you can find us before, after the game, during the game, and which games we are going to be going to, which hopefully should be a lot. And hopefully we can have a really good year here, not only for drinking beers, but also for hopefully winning a World Series.
Yeah. I'm going to be in crippling debt by the time October rolls around. Just through these $15 Bud Lights, driving up to Fenway,
Jack is going to have the IRS
and everything. So it's going to be worth it. So
for sure,
we're going to start a monetization on Twitter. You can donate to the cause, or Venmo us directly. That's also cool too.
At the end of the day, I've seen GoFundMe's for lesser causes.
Yeah.
Like, let's be honest, I've seen more ridiculous GoFundMe's than that. So, I mean, not the worst idea.
Yeah. No, exactly. Everybody's got a GoFundMe these days. So why not us?
Yeah. Why not us?
We might need to start one to get Dan Clark on the show at one point because he's a very high roller. We talked about this in one of our first episodes that we wanted to start a GoFundMe to get him on. So we need to actually start getting going on that so that way we can afford his luxurious fee to be on our fine program.
Yeah. Yes, that's right.
Yeah.
And like we were talking before, just before we get into things, Jack's got a fine MLB hat on right now. He is the Rob Lowe of the podcast here.
Yeah. So I'll tweet this out too about just how you guys are rocking the Not Another Sox podcast hat, which will hopefully be available on sale at our website, notanothersox.com at one point during this season. Our fine business manager, Matthew LeBeau, is going to be on top of that. So we'll get it figured out eventually. Don't worry about it. We'll have it eventually.
Eventually.
Yeah. I am wearing just the MLB logo hat because big baseball guy, I felt dirty wearing it during the lockout. I was like, I can't support this organization. Right. But now we're back. We have a 162 game season, water under the bridge. We'll deal with this in another 5 years. And, that's a 2027 problem that we're going to have. Not in 2022, though.
Yeah, that's tomorrow's problem. I'm not worried about it. It is what it is. We'll take what we can get for now and go from there. But definitely, these hats, people have been asking about them, friends, family. So definitely we'll open it up to you guys at some point. And that way you can rock our merch,
We do have stickers. We do have stickers. We just haven't set those up yet.
Yeah, stickers are really nice. Jack did a great job with those. Yeah. Everything's coming together, Everything's coming together.
And Matt LeBeau and I have talked about this before too. If we hit 10K at any point during the season, this season, we are going to get Not Another Sox podcast tattoos somewhere on our body. Matt Galveo, we're kind of force you into this as well. So tough shit. I don't know if you already have a tattoo or not, but you are getting one once
I don't.
we become big time Hollywood famous
I'll get a lower back.
podcasters.
I'll get a lower back one.
It doesn't get any more of a commitment than this being actually verbally recorded and put on Apple, Spotify, YouTube, etc. I on the record right now will 100% guarantee that I will get a tattoo, and I know Jack will as well.
A tramp stamp?
If not a tramp stamp, just a tattoo. If we get to 10,000 followers from some point within October, so before October or during October.
So this is going to be a real test to see if my mom actually listens to the show, because she's very against me getting a tattoo. So I'm not going to tell her that this is the plan. She has to figure it out for herself. And I want to see if she's actually going to be following me or if she's a fake fan.
So how many do you already have, Jack? Because you have, I think you
I
have
have
a couple.
0.
Oh, you. That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
I don't have any either. So this is a tattoo-less podcast.
We're not cool. We're not cool.
Yeah. Fucking nerds. Bunch of nerds.
Yeah, no, we're a bunch of virgins. These are going to be our first beers at Fenway this summer. We're straight edge.
Yep.
Yeah, we're actually for opening day on the 15th. We're actually sitting in the non-alcoholic section, the family section.
Dude, I did that at Fenway for opening day in 2019, and I almost got kicked out because some kid gave me a fucking twisted tea. I just did standing room the rest of the game. I was like, I don't want to be with these virgins.
Did you not realize you bought those tickets?
No, I did the thing where I bought the ticket day of because I saw it was like extremely cheap. It was kind of not the best weather. And, I still got to see the ceremony. It was a terrible game. We lost against the Blue Jays. Somebody stole home. So we don't talk about that one anymore.
This guy's drinking a fucking beer. Get him out.
No, not even a beer. A twisted tea. A twee.
A twee. Oh, wow. Out of all alcoholic beverages to get thrown out, it's a twee that did you in. Wow.
I think it's more of over the threat of violence.
Jack's got
this could be used as a lethal weapon.
Yeah, right. Jack gets one twee in him, you don't know what he's capable of.
Yeah, I got a little silly. I got a little crazy.
All it took is one Fibo, one brownie.
I was gonna be disappointed if neither of you got the reference, but thank you.
Yeah, that's one of the funniest videos of all time. I get a little loopy.
Start to see the Hat Man.
Yeah.
After one Fenway twee, you start to see the Hat Man. Yeah.
It's different.
It does. It does.
Yeah, come crush twees with us this summer.
Yeah.
We're actually not drinking any beers at Fenway, just strictly twisted tea.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean
what? Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, yeah, I mean a nice twisted tea on a summer night does hit nice. It does hit nice.
Yeah. And one beer that's actually returning to Fenway Park for the first time in 47 years is Rhode Island's own Narragansett beer. Made on honor, sold on merit. So really excited to have that back. Hopefully, mix it up a little bit. Big Bud Light guy, big Miller Light guy. If it's good enough for Wade Boggs, it's good enough for us.
Yeah.
So we're gonna, be diversifying our portfolio in terms of light beer.
Yeah. That sounds fantastic. Bringing the Narragansetts back. Now you just couldn't be able to. They got to bring back cigarettes to Fenway.
Yeah.
And I think it'd be a perfect Friday night.
Jack, I think you've said it before. Like a beer and a cig at Fenway hits different.
Yeah. No, I mean I don't smoke, but if I was at Fenway Park and I had a beer and I was able to rip a fucking dart right there and bleacher 41, right behind the bullpen, I would absolutely just get smoker's cough and probably cancer, and it'll 100% be worth it. Sorry. This is another test to see if my mom is listening.
There is nothing more American than a Miller Lite, Marlboro, and a hot dog at a fucking baseball game. There just isn't.
And you spill a little bit of mustard.
Yeah.
On yourself. Yep.
You spill it on your jersey. You have to get it fucking dry clean.
Yep. LeBeau's been there a couple times.
Many times.
Mustard
Many times
stains.
the mustard stain it will get you on a nice Friday night at Fenway.
Yeah. So we didn't talk about this, but we probably should in order for introduction to opening day. How do you take your hot dog at Fenway?
Mustard. That's it.
Just mustard?
Yeah,
Just mustard.
That's the same
Okay.
here too. Just mustard.
See, I sometimes do ketchup. I do just mustard a lot of times, but I used to be just a ketchup guy, but I switched over to mustard. So
I'll accept relish. I'll accept relish.
No.
Yeah, I will. I will accept relish as well.
Mustard is a tough look for a hot dog.
Yeah.
Yeah,
ketchup is.
You mean ketchup? I knew
sorry,
what you meant.
ketchup.
Yeah. No, I knew what he meant. Ketchup. Could not agree more. Ketchup does not belong on a hot dog, and it's not like I'm trying to be like a hot dog snob, because some people say that and they don't really mean it. I don't think that anything sweet should go near a hot dog because it's so like fatty. You need something like mustard's perfect. It's nice and acidic. It's like got that tang, you know. And it's just perfect.
It's superior. I'm willing to admit that.
Yeah.
Yeah. One other thing they don't have at Fenway, they have at a lot of other ballparks. Onions. I am a big onion.
That's
I
fantastic.
love onions. Yeah.
Yeah,
that's fantastic. If you can find it, they don't do that at Fenway though.
They don't.
Onions,
no.
but that's more of like a Midwest thing, like a southern thing. Like you'd find that. Yeah.
They have it at Nats Park, so like I always do it when I'm like home in DC. So
yeah.
I'm sure Wrigley's got some crazy hot dogs too. The Chicago style.
Oh yeah, Chicago dog. Yeah. They put the pickle in there.
Yeah, I
like not that. A fan. Not a fan.
I would fuck that right up.
Oh yeah, that wouldn't last a second in my hand.
I'd crush that. I would absolutely.
That wouldn't last a second. But nothing hits different than a Fenway sausage. It's the best.
Oh yeah, that is
the ultimate thing.
Yeah.
Can't beat it. Also chicken tendies right out of the helmet. Like you can't beat that either.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I've never had it, but Jack, I know you have. Even though we shit on the Yankees, they do have some crazy chicken tendy.
They do.
Oh,
they do have that chicken tender basket. That's also your drink, and so it is elite. Yeah. I'm gonna give them that. And I'll also give Yankee Stadium credit for the first time I ever had sushi at a ballpark.
Oh.
Yeah. And it was actually not bad. So
see, that's something I would be
credit for having solid food options.
I would be very skeptical of having any type of fish at any stadium.
Yeah, it was 100 level seating, and I got standing room only, and it was good. I can confirm, and I'm still here somehow.
Yeah, good for you.
Yeah,
I feel like you're
not really, but
basically. I feel like you're basically immune to anything like that. So
yeah,
at this point, you're good.
Yeah, I didn't need to worry about COVID.
If you've eaten
I had the Yankee Stadium sushi. Nothing can kill me.
Don't eat the sushi at the Lexus December to Remember sale.
Oh, Jack, that does remind me, dude. I forgot what the tweet was exactly, but you had like the hospital monitor up.
Yeah, I thought he was in the hospital.
Dude, I literally thought
don't
you
have
were
the bell
from
Taco Bell.
Yeah.
I had 5 people text me like, "Hey, are you okay?"
Yeah, and then
then it like became a meme after, but I jumped on board too soon. I think that was my biggest mistake.
Yeah, I had when you posted that, I hadn't seen that around yet. So I literally thought you were like, I was like, oh, this guy's in the hospital. Like maybe he's dead. I was like, okay, he's good. It's just a meme. But that's Jack. You're a silly goose.
Yeah, and I'm just gonna jump right back in the pond.
Right back in the Charles.
Yeah. But no, we do have baseball to talk about. I mean, it's been a pretty good spring for the Sox. Obviously, got off to a great start. What was it, 6-0, and then it's spring training. The numbers caught back up to you. Wins and losses obviously don't matter, and if you care about them, you are a virgin. That sits in the non-alcoholic section, so you can stay there for the rest of the season as well. So, but you look for player performances. There's a lot of guys that you're happy to see, and even in the handful of concerns of a few other guys that you hope can turn it around a little bit once the regular season starts.
Yeah, Sox got a big win today too, 6-3.
Yeah. Again, you're caring about wins and losses. You are a virgin.
Yep. Complete
Yep.
virgin move.
Sorry.
Wins and
Yep.
losses don't matter. No, but I mean, it was a nice spring. I think there was a lot of bright spots. There was a lot of nothingness too. It's kind of like how spring is. One of my buddies texted me, and he was like, he said something like, this Trevor Story not off to a hot start in spring. He's like, bad signing, and I was like, yeah, are you joking? Like, is this bait? And it turns out it was.
Yeah.
Actually. But I was literally about to absolutely fucking go off on him. But yeah, I mean, spring training doesn't matter. The wins and losses don't matter. But it's always nice to see the players that you wouldn't normally watch on television. Like, it was nice to see, like, Nick York. That was cool. Some of the other younger guys. Nice story with Ryan Fitzgerald. So overall, successful spring training. I'm just glad that it happened, because it was in jeopardy for a while.
And I think this was the perfect length for spring training. You need 4 weeks. Because, you get excited for pitchers and catchers reporting on February 5th, and then, they don't start playing until the 20th. And, the first few games, it's guys literally playing an inning and a half before they get pulled. So I really hope they keep this short in spring training. Just start it March 1st, end of March, and you're good to go for the season. I think these guys, had a little bit too much time in the past.
Absolutely. And also, like, I feel like some players get, like, too acclimated to Florida. Like, you need to put them in Florida for, like, a short amount of time. So when you bring them back up to Boston and, like, Minnesota and New York and Philadelphia in the dead of April, and it's like practically still winter, these guys aren't, like, all of a sudden hot-blooded. So you really need to, like, ease them into the idea of just, like, maybe 3 weeks spring training. That's it.
Yeah.
Or, like, maybe a month. I don't think you need
3 days.
3 days.
I'm just gonna propose spring training in Boston the entire time.
Yeah. Truck day, the shortest truck day of all time.
Yeah. They go across the street. They go just like around Lansdowne, onto Big Poppy Bridge, and then make a U-ey, and they're right back on Jersey Street.
Yep. And they'll still be perverts out there celebrating it.
Too. Oh yeah. But that's great. I mean, if you practice in the cold weather, come October, you're used to it.
Yep. No,
you're
used
right.
To
the cold. It's great. You have the gritty team.
No, you're
That's
correct.
All I'm gonna say.
No, it's a good point.
Oh, Jack, I think you're on mute.
Oh, we got Jack. Do we lose Jack?
What? No, he's on mute. What an absolute clown.
That's all right.
We talk about spring training. I mean,
there we go.
There we go.
Yeah, I'm a genius.
Yeah, we were just talking shit about you, so.
Oh, no, you guys are such good friends. I love you.
We were saying talk about spring training, and you put yourself on mute.
Yeah, I know. It's because I don't want to talk to you guys. It's because I was gonna cough, and then I noticed I wasn't on mute, and then I put myself on mute, and I couldn't unmute myself, and here we are. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
I think I can help you with the mute on mute situation here.
Yeah. Pan.
Yeah.
Frog insurance. What were we fucking talking about?
Spring training.
Okay.
I think we're, I mean, how much spring training? We did a lot of spring training talk last.
Branchy Cordero had a pretty good spring too.
Yeah, he sucks.
Yeah, who cares? I don't.
Fuck him.
Did he make the roster? Who knows? Who cares?
Yeah, who gives a fuck? No one cares. You guys aren't going to listen to us to hear, our analysis of these scrubs that did well, did good, did bad.
There are sickos out there that would.
Yeah, I mean there
Kyle
is.
Sullivan.
Yeah.
I wasn't gonna name names, but you bring it up.
Yeah, he's a goddamn pervert.
He is. But we love him. He's our pervert.
Number one perverted listener.
He's our peeping Tom.
Yep.
He will definitely be crushing beers with us at Fenway this summer, or Tweez.
Or Tweez, yeah. That's the official We don't have an official drink, but maybe that's the one.
Yeah, we don't have an official drink, but I could see.
I don't want to have an official drink. I want to mix it up.
I
Right.
agree. No, I agree.
Yeah, we'll have an official spot. We'll get to that a little bit later on in the episode. We did a lot of considerations, so we did finally unanimously decide on a spot.
Yep, for sure.
Actually, you want to just jump into that now?
Yeah.
Why not? Why not?
Yeah,
You know,
we brought it
we're
up.
already- you already brought it up.
teased you enough.
I think the overall consensus was that there was a lot of bars to choose from. A lot of not just bars, but overall just places, restaurants, areas to hang out. Maybe certain alleyways. Maybe we thought about
the alleyway. Those were heavily considered.
alleyways were considered. Alleyways were considered because you can. It's no holds barred. There
Right.
anything goes in an alleyway.
You can rip darts
nips.
there, and nobody cares.
Yep, nips, cigarettes,
Yep.
beers, crack. So that was consideration. Or like when I was in high school, we didn't go to the bar before the game. We would just sit in the car and just drink beer.
Yeah.
That was in consideration. But I think we came to an overall consensus. There is a lot of bars though. There is a lot of bars. Why don't we name some? Jack, why don't you name a few?
Yeah. So my first instinct, and this was, we're gonna take this off the board. This was a very popular one. Was Bleacher Bar. I frequent there a lot. I mean, it's really cool actually getting to see inside Fenway Park, having that view there. The only thing about it is a little small. It is a little crowded. They do reach capacity a lot of times. It's sometimes hard to get a little food there if you don't have a table. So that's the reason why we took that out of consideration. But that was one of I think on all of our list as a serious contender for where we would have picked.
Yep. Another couple great spots that people go to. Usually it's like if you're a tourist, these are like the first two you probably think of is Game On and Cask and Flagon. So those are just like Fenway staples. Those are fantastic places to watch a game or be there before the game or after the game. However, neither of those are our official bar.
Right. There's also Lansdowne Pub right there as well.
Yep.
That's not it though.
Yeah.
Yep. Tony C's, another
Tony
great one.
C's. Yep.
Jerry Remy's, rest in peace.
Yep. R.I.P.
Yeah.
Yep.
Boston Beer Works. It hits the spot sometimes.
Yep. What's
Yard
the
House?
Yard? You took it right out of my mouth. I was just about to say, what's the brewery? That's Yard House.
Fenway Johnny's.
Yep. Yep.
Bill's Bar.
Yep.
Yeah. What? It's not Lucky Strike, but there's a bowling one there too.
I think it is Lucky Strike, right? I'm pretty sure I think that's the name.
Okay.
Yeah, that one's Yeah.
I have not been to that one at Fenway. I've been to the one at Gillette Stadium, so I'm imagining it's pretty much the same.
Yeah. The Fenway one's pretty nice, actually. I've been there once. It's not a bad spot. Get some bowling in, get some drinks.
We might need to do that at one point this summer where we do
bowling event,
a little bowling. Yeah.
Yep. Maybe we'll open up to the public, a little bowling
See
event.
what they want. Yeah.
Yeah. We'll make a day out of it.
Yeah. But without further ado, our official bar for this year and possibly years in the future is
possibly
going
a
to
partnership.
Possibly, yes. That would be very tasty.
If anybody wants to pay us, we will switch over.
Yeah. We
will
are
drop our
easily,
allegiance real quick.
Yeah.
easily bought and sold. However, for the 2022 season, it is going to be the bullpen. Yep. Easy choice. Bullpen. Well, actually, it's not an easy choice. It wasn't an easy choice because we just talked about how many choices there were. However, this really is an excellent spot. You have the outdoor section where you can drink beers outside. So summer night, it's fantastic.
Can you smoke? There?
Yes, you can. You have
Hell yeah.
There's 3 bars inside. So there's 3 different areas to get a drink. So when it gets packed, they handle that pretty well. And then there's also a bar outside where you can purchase drinks outside, cash only. You can get on it from outside of Yawkey Way and inside. of Yawkey Way. So, or Jersey Street rather. So that was our choice. Boom.
There's plenty of seats too, which I enjoy too. Just picnic style. You don't really need anything fancy. You're sharing it with some other strangers from out of town. You're connecting with people. And one underrated aspect is you can head right into Fenway from there. You can avoid the long line and just head right from the bullpen right to the fucking bleachers.
Which I think is just fantastic. Yeah. I really do.
Easy access.
Yeah.
Yep.
Honestly, it sometimes might even be quicker to just cut right through.
Yep. No, it is. That's what we did for the wild card game. Absolutely crazy story. So during the wild card game, I just think there was so much going on that me and one of my buddies that I was with, we went right from the bullpen through the gate onto Jersey Street where the ticketed area was. No one even checked our tickets. We walked right into Fenway, never scanned.
Wow.
Never scanned, never went through security. I just think maybe there was just so much going on and that security wasn't prepared for how crazy it was. But tickets weren't even scanned. I could have literally not bought a ticket. Instead I spent $280 on it. I could have not bought a ticket and just walked right in. It really honestly hurt. Walking in with an unscanned ticket.
Yeah. At that point, you definitely, after the money you spend, you want it to be scanned.
Right.
You want it to be scanned. So then it's okay.
Right.
My money was worth it. Because at that point, you just feel like you spent money for no reason.
Right. I did. Except with that type of game, there was just nowhere to sit or stand. So if you did sneak in, then you're just toast. But if anyone is listening to this that works Fenway Security, just know, I snuck into the wild card game. What's up?
By accident.
Completely by accident. I have the ticket. I will show you the ticket. I meant to scan it, but no one scanned it.
No one wanted to scan it.
No one wanted to scan it.
The Fenway snipers are going to be on a lookout for you this season.
Rooftop snipers, yep.
Yeah. You wear a bulletproof vest to the game.
Yeah. So I forget what year it was, but this was before a playoff game. They had the alarm going off right before the national anthem, and I was in legitimate fear. I was just are we going through another Boston Marathon thing right now? So it was honestly a pretty scary moment, and it kind of makes you appreciate how well they do things normally, so that we don't have to normally be worried about those types of things. So
no, absolutely. I do remember a situation like that. I'm not sure if it was the same game, but I do remember something like that. And the alarm at Fenway is scary because the lights, you can see the lights all around the stadium, flashing. That's a trip. But no, you're right. The security is good, and it's something you do take for granted at a sporting event because there's so many people and safety is really important. But I just couldn't believe it. Just couldn't believe I snuck in.
Yeah. You're taking down notes for the rest of this season so that we can actually crush some beers and some tweets.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Red Sox, if you want to sponsor us and give us free tickets or maybe credentials even, I think this is just going to save us both a lot of time.
Yeah, we could get.
If you give us credentials, I will stop saying Wally eats cats, but he does. He does eat cats.
It's not going to stop him from eating it, but
I'm just going to stop reminding people. But until then, I'm going to remind the public that that Wally's on a mission to eat 500 cats this summer.
Which he is. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
He's
already at 25 cats because he's warming up in spring.
Right. Do you think there's a home run chase for most all time cats eaten
100%
for mascots?
It's gonna come out of nowhere. It's gonna be a random August game, and you're just gonna see on the big screen. All of a sudden, it's gonna be the Field of Dreams music that they played for Ortiz.
Yeah, can we drop that in?
Yeah. Put that in there. It's the natural. It's the natural music.
Oh yeah.
Type in the natural. It's bam, bam, whatever. You'll play it. And then it's just going to be Wally on the big screen. It's congratulations, Wally. He has just reached his 400th cat.
Dude, I think we need to sneak a cat into Fenway this summer to please Wally.
We have to pay the troll toll for sure.
Yeah.
But real talk, if you're able to sneak in a stuffed cat and get a photo of Wally holding it this summer, we will send you a sticker. We will buy you a beer. we are trying to raise feline awareness around the Boston area of Wally eating these cats.
Actually, I'm gonna take this one step above. If you take a picture with Wally holding a stuffed cat, we will invite you on the show.
Yes.
yes.
We will 100% invite you on the show to do like, a 10
You could tell the
15
story
minute
about
segment.
it. Yeah.
Only the first person, and then after that we'll figure something out. We can't have 800 people bringing their stuffed cats to Fenway, which is gonna happen. Or maybe we can. Maybe we just can.
This is gonna end up being like a thing where like people are gonna start taking pictures with like stuffed cats like in Fenway, and hopefully somebody can land Wally one.
Well,
or imagine if
thing about
Wally took a picture.
He's gonna be so confused about that stuffed cat. He's gonna eat and just spit it out. It's like when a shark like takes a bite of a surfer's leg and there's like, this isn't a seal, and then just, like spits it right out. He's just gonna have no interest.
Yeah. If you could take a picture like of a stuffed cat and like part of it is like Wally's like holding it up like next to his mouth like he's about to eat it.
Literally from May to October, pretty much every day I walk to the mailbox, I am going to expect a letter from the Red Sox, like a cease and desist. Please stop saying that Wally eats cats.
Well, and then give us credentials. This is the trade-off. You gave it to Steve Peralt. You can give us credentials.
Yeah.
All we want to do is crush tweez with Tony Maz.
Yeah.
Up in the booth.
He sucks, Mike.
Dude, Sean McDonough definitely is ripping beers during the broadcast.
Oh, he would. Well, last year at one time, I swear to God, I was listening to radio, and he was like, he's always fantastic, and he's an absolute pros pro. But he was like a little tipsy, I think. Like, definitely.
I feel like that should just be allowed, like back in the day, like where guys were just drinking like whiskey and like smoking cigarettes in the booth. Like that should just be like a normal thing.
It was
100%.
Required.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a prereq, like, hey, you have to drink whiskey
Yeah.
and smoke cigarettes in the booth.
We'll hire you. Scully definitely did it, and he's like 1,000 years old now.
Yeah.
He's still kicking.
Yeah, he's old.
Yeah.
That's just like life. Like that's the fountain of youth. Is just drinking whiskey and smoking cigs.
And watching baseball and eating cats.
Right. Exact. Cat. If you can eat a cat, that adds about 5 years to your lifespan.
Yeah.
Wally's going to live to 8,000.
Yes. Wally is eternal.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess we can kick things off with some baseball talk.
Yeah, like 40 minutes into the show.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I guess we could talk about some baseball now. I guess we are a Red Sox podcast preparing for opening day. We might want to talk about a little bit of baseball outside of Ryan Fitzgerald's spring training.
Yep, that's what this entire season has been made up of is Ryan Fitzgerald spring training and Wally eating cats.
Yeah,
and we were so excited. We were so excited for a season, and we've only talked about the mascot eating cats and a guy who's not going to make the team.
Yeah, like we literally waited 100 days for the lockout to end just to not talk about baseball.
Yep,
things adjacent, kinda. But not actual baseball.
Right. I don't even know how to do it anymore. I don't even know how to do it. Like, how do we get into it? How do we talk baseball?
Yeah, Matt Barnes looks like shit. I said the opposite last episode, but now, Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Yeah, we're
and fucked. I'm not even going to blame Bloom for that one. At the time, the signing was great, and then he literally was just like, I cashed my check. I'm out.
That's it. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want Matt Barnes to be good so bad. I really, really want it. Not only because like they need him to, because that contract, but because he's like, he's a day one guy. He's been with the team for light years now, and he's just a New England guy, local guy. Like I just want him to be good so bad, but
Yeah. So
who knows?
we are very pro Matt Barnes on this podcast,
Yeah.
but we have to be fair and balanced, just like Fox News.
Right. and honestly, like there's plenty of criticism there. There's plenty of criticism there. But I do hope he figures it out. I hope he has a good year. He was dominant. He was lights out at the beginning of last year. It wasn't a fluke. It was, he was very, very good. He was very good. Then he just lost it.
Yeah. He went to Colorado and was just like, man, I'm getting really high now. So
yeah,
it's getting Rocky Mountain High.
Yeah,
it hits wildly different, man. Let me tell you.
Absolutely. It's an absolute shame we haven't extended Rafael Devers to a infinity year contract, much like Wally. So you hope you can do it next offseason because you don't want this guy hitting free agency.
Yep. I agree. That's a nightmare of epic proportions to be a big money club like the Red Sox and, watch or trade Mookie Betts and then watch Devers walk.
Yeah. It's homegrown talent that you don't, you bring these guys up and then they walk or they get traded or,
yeah,
it just can't happen.
No, you got to find a way to keep him happy, to extend him. More important than Bogarts, especially now with the Story signing. Yeah. I love Bogarts. I would love to see him in a Red Sox uniform for life, but I think hopefully they keep both. But Devers is more important. He's the future of the organization, and he's so good.
Yeah.
So.
And the thing is, like, if you go into this season, he doesn't have an extension, and he plays this season. Say he has a career year. That only drives the price up. So why wouldn't you want to get him before the season starts and say he just crushes it? Yeah. Now you're paying him way more than you would have if you just signed him in the offseason or, sign him before the season starts.
Yeah. It's almost like that time we took Mookie Betts to arbitration in 2018 and then he won MVP afterwards and, drove up his price tag even more. It's almost like, they're being a bunch of dumb idiots about it and, could have signed him, in 2016 when you knew he was going to be an elite player for Ronald Acuna money, who's, agent is probably in the gulag right now. So you can't let history repeat itself. We're moved on beyond the Mookie Betts trade. I think we're all in agreement that, it's something that needed to happen. But if you see it happening again, you got to do something to prevent it.
Yeah. Right. And Devers isn't Mookie Betts in the sense that Mookie was a once in a generational type talent. And we recognize that. But I feel like Devers has staying power just as much, if not more, than Mookie. I feel like Mookie, his skill set is one that you see in the league today that just regresses pretty fast. Unless you're Mike Trout, those guys that, those 5 tool guys that just are very speed reliant, they just kind of, they will fall off the face of the earth really fast. And Mookie had a really fucking bad year last year. A really bad year last year. Yeah. And I'm not saying that he's regressing. It could be a one-off thing. But, right now, last year, Mookie would have been, the 4th best hitter on the Red Sox? The 4th?
Yeah, most likely.
Yeah, behind Devers, Bogarts, JD. Yeah.
Kevin Plawecki.
Yep.
Gonna hit 40 home runs this year.
Yep. He was behind COVID Kevin Pillar.
Yeah.
So, is Kevin Pillar better than Mookie Betts?
Only time will tell.
These are the questions. Very convoluted.
How many times has Mookie Betts been hit in the face?
Right. That's something you got to factor in. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Good
The
point.
grit factor.
Yeah, you got to factor in the grit.
Yeah.
No,
That-
but I
that-
just.
yeah.
I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was going to say, I just think what the whole idea of roster flexibility is not to be able to sign free agents, not to be able to, not have to give out these huge contracts. That's the only way you're going to compete. It's to be able to keep your hometown guys, the guys that you develop, the guys the fans grew close to. That's a huge part of it, and that needs to definitely happen with this with Heim Bloom, his show here.
Oh, exactly. I mean, you spend all that time, from the time that he comes to the club, works his way up through, guys work their way up through the minor league system. You grow that. I mean, why wouldn't you want this guy to stay? Why are you grooming guys and then shipping them off elsewhere? If you're putting in the work from the time he comes into the club until now, then why wouldn't you want to just keep a guy? It makes sense to bring a guy up, and in this way he stays long term instead of shipping him elsewhere. To me it just doesn't really make sense to do that, but
yeah,
what do I know?
Yeah,
Nothing.
well, at least the Yankees aren't extending Aaron Judge, which is also LO
Right.
fucking L. So, because
Yeah.
it's not like they really did anything else this offseason. So, you really got to love Aaron Judge becoming a San Diego Padre in 2023.
Yeah, he might. A Dodger. Maybe he might go to the Twins with Correa and Sanchez. Maybe Yankee fans will finally get to see Carlos Correa, Gary Sanchez, and Aaron Judge all in one lineup, and it's in Minnesota.
Yes.
That would be so perfect.
That would be awesome. That'd be awesome.
Yeah. Aaron Judge is going to love the Twin Cities.
Yeah, he will. I think he's like the size of like what people are there. Like New York people are short. They're like,
They are.
like short, like Italian dudes.
Yep.
Yeah. Maybe he'll go to Cincinnati, enjoy some like Skyline chili where they put
Ooh.
beans on their chili. Are you kidding me?
Yep. Yep. On the
Play
pasta.
with Joey Votto. Yeah.
Yep.
And his amazing TikToks.
Yeah. What the hell is wrong?
New TikTok just dropped.
Yeah, this dude is like 38. I think you got to keep that in mind because he does not look 38. He is almost a Tom Brady-esque player, but not quite to the same caliber. But like, you forget this is an adult. We're adults, kinda, but this is an adult.
Yep. It's a big time adult.
Yeah.
That's
Dude, imagine beating Joey Votto and just crushing TikToks.
He's interesting. He's an interesting guy.
I would have loved him in a Sox uniform. It's not going to happen. I've accepted it.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, he was always like that one where I felt like, wow, like what a perfect fit that would be.
yeah, instead he's in Cincinnati eating Skyline chili.
Yep.
And doing TikToks.
Yeah.
With
doing
Aaron Judge in 2 years.
Yeah.
Yep.
In 1 year. This year from now?
1 year.
A year from today, Aaron Judge is going to be playing for the Kansas City Royals.
Yep.
Like, well, okay, so
dude.
what's the most random team Aaron Judge can end up on? That's not the Yankees.
The Diamondbacks.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, for sure.
I think the thing he's not coming to Boston.
No.
I think we can all accept this, but I would love to see him stay in New York, but in Queens, because I think that would make Yankees fans literally just quit being fans of the team.
Dude,
I mean, they're not even able to sell on opening day as it is. So
yeah, if he ends up on the Mets, oh my God, the Bronx might burn down.
No, yeah, that would be. I mean, that would simply be like a situation where if Cashman saw that coming, he would have to do whatever possible
Right.
to retain him. Like
exactly.
You couldn't keep your job and let him go to the Mets. You just can't have both.
I mean, that's a fireable offense.
I mean, yeah. And even if, like, dude, even if it's like a crazy, stupid deal, like $600 million, like something just ridiculous, like the largest contract ever you'll see in sports, like they would still be like, "Oh, Cashman let Judge go to the Mets," and
Yeah.
he would be like without a job the next day.
I don't know. I don't even know if they would fire him about this because they've lost 8 of 9 to their rivals in the playoffs, and he still has a job.
Yeah.
So, like,
Yeah,
I
that's
don't know
true.
what it's going to take at this point for Brian Cashman and Aaron Boone to be fired. I think they just have lifetime contracts at this point.
How about Brian Cashman saying that the Yankees got screwed out of a 2017 World Series, right? Because the Astros cheated, which, if that's true, which it could be, that's totally fine. I'll even give you that. But if that is true, Brian, and you do believe that, then why did you get rid of Joe Girardi? Like,
Yeah.
how does that make any sense? How can you sit there and say, "Oh, well, we got screwed in 2017. It wasn't our fault that we lost. The Astros were cheating." You literally fired the manager 30 days later.
Yeah.
Like, and you hired Aaron fucking Boone. Like, how does that make any sense at all?
And now they're terrified for that letter to be unsealed in court. Apparently, MLB told them, I was like, oh, yeah, it's never going to be unsealed. And then they had to tell the Yankees, yeah, we misspoke. It might be unsealed. Who knows? So I can only imagine the shitstorm if they have any type of sign stealing that comes out of that, and how much crow each and every single fan is going to have to eat, and all the excuses that they're already making up in their head about, how it wasn't supposed to be released to the public or anything like that. So I think this really needs to happen. I don't even care if they get punished for it. I hope they don't. But I hope they have to just deal with the social storm of, them being dirty cheaters and hypocrites coming out.
Absolutely. That would be fucking great. And we all knew they were doing it. It was such mental gymnastics that Yankee fans were doing to pretend that they weren't a part of it. Like, Carlos Beltran was like the ringleader of the sign stealing scandal. Carlos Beltran worked for the Yankees for those years. And everyone was just like, well, I don't know. They didn't cheat.
He said he got it from a former team.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I don't blame Carlos Beltran. Like, you want to win. You will do everything you can to win. But they obviously did cheat. They didn't really get too punished for it as players. But, like, I don't blame the players. I blame the front office. And also, one other thing, them throwing Alex Cora under the bus in 2017 or after 2017, absolute bullshit. I mean, imagine if, there's a huge scandal at your work. It's not the team president that's fired. It's not the head boss that's fired. It's the head boss assistant that gets fired and thrown under the bus. It is absolute horseshit. Just because Alex Cora did it, it's because his manager told him to do it. So I will not be accepting any Alex Cora slander on this program.
Agree.
Exactly.
Well said.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But I guess if we just we can start up the Sox preview here. We got big series against the Yankees starting up on Thursday. They got game Thursday? They don't play Friday, right? They go Saturday.
They
Sunday.
might be playing Friday. It's not looking too good weather-wise on Thursday, unfortunately. Yeah. So we might have to wait till April 8th to actually play baseball. Hopefully not. Hopefully we get it in, but not looking too good as of right now.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, it's it's April weather in the Northeast, so it's hard to predict. It does look like there's going to be some rain. Unfortunately, I will be flying that day. So hopefully that does not get canceled. You guys now have me nervous. I'm officially nervous.
That's how I feel all the time.
Yep. Great.
LeBeau is actually going to be at opening day.
Yeah.
In the Bronx.
I wish. But yeah, no, we'll see. We'll see. I'm really excited for the first series, but it just There's a lot to look forward to.
I'm
I
really
just really
excited to talk about next week after sweeping the Yankees. It's going to be a
that's
really
what
fun
that's what I was about to
first
say.
actual episode of the season.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. 100%. Cannot wait to recap that series.
The Yankee sweep is going to hit different. That first episode after a nice sweep in the Bronx, wildly different. And it'll
Nick
be the
Pivetta,
week
no hitter. Bronxy dies again.
Yep.
Who kills him now that Renfro's gone?
Garrett Whitlock, obviously. I mean,
Yeah.
it's got to be him.
Yep.
Yeah.
I agree. Good call. You want to I was going to say, you want to run through the rotation here?
Yeah. So obviously we got Big Nate leading it off opening day. Even if Sale was healthy, I think you give the ball to Nate. He was one of the top pitchers in the American League last year. I think I even touched on it briefly last week. But when you dive into some of the, fielder independent pitching and a lot of the, wins above replacement and everything, you see that he was up there with, some of the top names. He ended up really actually signing a steal of a contract after the 2018 season. Didn't quite look like that maybe at the very beginning, but we're in that last year of the contract too, I believe. So we actually have to start thinking about securing his future.
I know it's crazy to think that we're back here again with Eovaldi, and we are. It's what are we gonna do? I mean, you do have some assurances with younger pitchers and some guys that you have on like a 2-year deal like Paxton, but I mean, I don't know. I think Eovaldi's best chance to be a front of the rotation guy is with the Red Sox, because I think the Red Sox see value in him probably more than other clubs do. Just I don't know, but I definitely think that they need to start having that conversation very, very soon.
Because, like you mentioned, Jack, he is your ace right now, especially with the uncertainty of, the health of Chris Sale and. We've said it before that he's a guy that is just injury prone. So and of all these, he's been your ace really. Even since 2018. That game 3, I believe it was, against the Dodgers. He's a guy that puts it all out there, and he's a guy that you can rely on in big moments. So he's the ace here for the Sox.
Beat the Yankees twice in the playoffs now, too.
Yeah.
Exactly. So we got him leading off.
And then Nick Pivetta is going to be starting on Saturday. If you told me 2 years ago that Nick Pivetta would be our number 2 starter, I would probably lost my mind. But I actually feel very comfortable with him going into the season. I think, he might even be the dark horse in that rotation. So, you're not expecting him to be a Cy Young contender by any means, but he's going to pitch you a lot of innings this year.
Yeah.
He's going to, kind of mix it up. He's really going on that curveball now. So I actually expect a lot of good things from Nick Pivetta.
I mean, what a heck of a signing by Chaim Bloom, though.
Or trade.
Trade, sorry. Yep.
Yeah. Absolute fleece.
I mean, we've talked about Chaim Bloom and him really, kind of picking his spots and really knowing what to do and what's going to work with this team. And that Pivetta trade, my God, that has paid dividends for this team.
And Pivetta was never going to do anything in Philly because he just, wrong place, wrong time. They do have good pitchers that they have developed, but it just wasn't going to work for him there.
Yeah, and I remember Phillies fans were very, very happy when Pivetta left, and Red Sox fans, it was like, a fresh start because he has good stuff. And I think that there was always a lot of potential there. It seems like he's really found a good fit and an organization that believes in him and fans that just absolutely love him after the performance that, where he left his nuts on the mound and everything. And he was high-stepping into the dugout.
What a moment.
That was fantastic. So I'm really excited for Nick this year. I think he's going to have a good year, and he'll certainly have an opportunity to do so.
Yeah. No, he's currently my favorite Canadian.
Jack Webster's a big Canada guy.
So I'm not sure if they have announced the exact order of the rotation, but I believe the next guy for Sunday in the Bronx is going to be Rich Hill.
Mm-hmm. Which makes sense.
Yeah, which makes sense. You got the veteran. He's 48 years old now. He's gonna be like 58, like Satchel Paige pitching in the league. Um, but no, he's a dependable guy. I think I talked about this a little bit last episode. You're not expecting him to pitch 200 innings. He's gonna, start you the games that he does. He's gonna be very productive in them. He might not even go super deep, but the innings that he does pitch are going to be really good for you. And, on a 1-year deal, I love taking, kind of a risk on an older guy, but that, really still has it.
Yeah, I mean, this is just, I feel like something that Rich Hill is really been waiting for his whole career. Like, he's actually in the rotation for the Boston Red Sox to start the season, like something that I feel like he is just going to relish. Hometown kid. And I think he has a lot of good innings left in him. Like you said, I don't think he's going to be quite like a 200 inning guy, but he's going to get you a lot of quality starts this year. He's going to maybe give you 4 quick ones and then see you later. Maybe on a day where you got Howe who hasn't pitched in a while or something like that. If we'll see how the rotation breaks down. But yeah, I know. I think that there's a lot left for him to do, and he's got that nice slow piece, that nice slow curveball where it just kind of floats right in there. And I'm looking forward to seeing some hitters look silly on that this year.
Yeah, he's only going to throw 87, but it doesn't matter.
Yeah, doesn't matter.
That was a very sexual description of
nice slow piece.
Like a nice 69 mile per hour curveball, like right there in the zone.
Slow
bottom
stroke.
Of the
knee. That nice stroke.
Get them knees buckling.
You touched upon him too. Tanner Houck. He seems like a guy who's going to be starting the rotation to start the season. Now I'm pretty sure they've actually even announced that. So, hopefully, we can see even a little bit more out of him. You saw so many flashes of excellence over the last year and a half now. And, hopefully he can actually learn to pitch, third time through the rotation, kind of take that next step up and, even possibly like develop that third pitch into a little bit more to become more of a solid starter and make it a little deeper into games.
Yeah, I know we've kind of touched upon it the last couple of episodes of different guys in the on this team that have that have the opportunity to really excel in 2022, and Tanner Houck's that guy, one of those guys that has a good opportunity, like you said, Jack, another year through the rotation. He's pitched well in the past, so you hope that he builds on that and he has a big 2022. He's still a young guy, so he's a big asset for this Red Sox club going forward. And this will be a huge year for a guy like Tanner Houck.
Yeah, no, I think this is definitely Tanner's time to take that next step and to put it all together for a full season. What we saw in the playoffs last year was, I think, him being ready to take that next step. And I just don't think he really got that full opportunity last year during the regular season. Whereas the playoffs, he showed like, all right, I'm ready for it. Now, 22, it's time to go out there and absolutely just, crush it in the rotation for a whole year.
Yeah, no, and you have a little bit of a longer leash on him this year. And, you have other guys that can step into that role if you do need to put him back into the bullpen, even for a little while. Maybe once Sale comes back, maybe once Paxton comes forward, maybe even, a guy like Brian Bayo in the minor leagues, really breaks out and forces your hand. So you love him as a starter. You want that, long-term value there, especially even beyond this year. But you do have that flexibility. He would fit in perfectly in a back end role, even pitching multiple innings, kind of a super reliever type. But again, obviously you want him to be a starter because we just haven't developed a starting pitcher since Clay Buchholz.
Yeah.
Yep.
Henry Owens is still out there.
Yeah. Pitching for Mexico.
This is his year.
Yeah.
Yeah. Big Henry.
And that fifth spot looks like it's going to Michael Wacha at this point. It was kind of debating whether you might see Whitlock there. It looks like he's going to be in the back end of the bullpen to start the year, which is honestly fine. But Wacha, obviously not a great year last year. Heim Bloom was horny for him, like right in the off season. Like there was tons of names still on the board. He was like, "Nope, I'm signing Michael Wacha." And so you hope he hits on that. But for a fifth starter, it is what it is.
Yeah, and it like you said, it is what it is, and who knows if he's even going to be there by the end of the year. You have so many options down the line where you can plug into that actual fifth spot between Whitlock, Paxton when he's healthy, Sale when he's healthy, Bello, or I'm sorry, Bayo. Looks like Bello, so I fall for it every time.
Briscatillo.
Yep. But yeah, you have so many different guys that could actually take that fifth spot from him, as well as take any spot from really anyone in this rotation. No one has a cemented place in this rotation, maybe with the exception of Nate Eovaldi. That's absolutely it.
Yeah. Well, I don't see Hill going out of the bullpen, just because just because of his age at this point. So I mean, I'm not saying his job is guaranteed all year, but I don't think he's going to be like a Wacha where you could just send him to the pen without really too much issue, like a Garrett Richards or even like maybe a Martin Perez.
Yeah.
So. We'll see. A few other guys start throughout the year. You never have just those five. So we'll probably see Whitlock get a few starts. We'll see guys like Connor Siebold, even Cutter Crawford, Brian Bayo, kind of like we were mentioning before. So we finally do have depth at that position where, even if one or two guys goes down, you're still going to have a solid starting rotation.
Right. And I think that was part of the kind of the idea that Bloom had going into the season is, like you mentioned, Jack, just depth, kind of what you saw with the signings like Rich Hill and Michael Wacha, James Paxton, who we'll see later on this season, really bolstering the depth of the pitching for the Red Sox, which was a need. And Bloom did that. So, the Red Sox are in good shape as far as depth and guys that they can, plug and play in different situations.
Mm-hmm. No, for sure. Yeah, that's pretty much the rotation. I mean, that there's not really much else. I could easily see this team being completely the rotation being completely different by the end of the year. Like we said, I mean, maybe Eovaldi and Rich Hill, I guess Rich Hill, but I could see Rich Hill, like if he stinks, just maybe he's too old, he's gone, just DFA'd. That's it. Yeah. Like that's a possibility. He's not going to go to the bullpen, but he could be gone easily.
Yeah.
So I think truly the only guy that's safe is Eovaldi, and I could see Whitlock being in the rotation, Bayo, Sale. So we'll see as it goes on, and I could see maybe an acquisition. So Manaea is off the board, but there's plenty of other guys that are out there they could still pick up and play around with some prospects to get to Boston.
He went to the Yankees, right? With Matt Olson?
He did go to the yep. He joined.
Okay, just
Matt
making
Olson,
sure.
Carlos Correa. Yep, he's on the Yankees.
Yeah, I forgot they signed all those dudes. I mean,
yep.
I only check Twitter.
Yeah, I know. Twitter, that's where I get all my news, and the Yankees are looking really good. So
they signed all the top free agents. This
are you telling me those photos of Carlos Correa in a Yankees uniform were doctored? Who would even have the ability to do that?
No, they were real. He just changed his mind. He wanted to play for a great team such as the Minnesota Twins.
Right.
Yes. As people we all forget, do.
Yeah.
As Aaron Judge does.
Right.
Yeah. Carlos Correa is actually from St. Paul, Minnesota, Minneapolis.
Yes.
He's from the Twin Cities. He's a big Minnesota guy. Loves the North, loves the cold weather in the winter. He lives for that. So
So, I mean that kind of brings us to the bullpen, which I'm not a big 2022 Red Sox bullpen guy. I don't know about you guys, but that's definitely
There's some guys I like. Some guys I am out on.
For sure. There is some guys I like. Yeah. I mean, as long as Whitlock's in the bullpen, I think it's formidable because he's the guy that can go 3 innings at a time.
Right.
Be your bullpen ace. You can put him wherever you actually need him. But the second he comes out of the bullpen and he goes into the starting rotation, then
we got problems.
No, yeah, you absolutely do. You absolutely do. I mean, there's it's definitely the weak spot of this team and something that they're going to have to address, or maybe some guys will just step up. That's the good thing about like bullpen guys is you never really know what you have until midway or even later. So who knows? But it definitely doesn't look great on paper.
I did really like the Diekman signing. I think we needed that lefty, especially with Darwinson Hernandez, really not panning out at this point. I think it's fair to say they optioned him down to Worcester. So you do have Davis, you do have Diekman, you have Strom, who's also another lefty out of there. So I feel like that was something we were kind of lacking last year, was that lefty. We have a few different options to plug and play now. And obviously Josh Taylor's going to be back at some point too. So
Yep.
yeah, it's from the left
Sawamura.
side, you're looking all right, but outside of Whitlock and maybe Robles to a degree, yeah, that right side, or those right-handed arms are giving you a lot of question marks across the board.
Yeah, I mean, you mentioned Salamora. He's a question mark. Brazier, question mark. Captain Phillips, question mark. Matt Barnes, question mark. It's like these guys are just.
I feel like Brazier's going to absolutely blow up at some point this season. He's just going to.
Yeah, Brazier's going to hang a fucking 6 ERA all year, and then he's going to put his nuts on the mound in October, just like he does every single year.
Yeah. Brian Brazier needs to buy Kike Hernandez like a Rolex for saving his ass in the wild card game. Because if it wasn't for that great throw to get Judge at the plate, that game could go a whole lot differently. Especially maybe not even getting out of the inning. So
absolutely,
he's definitely a guy who was great in 2018. You rode that for a while, but the last few years have not given you too much confidence.
Yep. No, I agree. Yeah, I kind of like Big Fudge. I like Big Fudge. I love Josh Taylor. Josh Taylor's fantastic, but he's hurt. So, yeah, I mean, we'll see.
Yeah. Phillips Valdez, Victor Robles, one guy who's projected to actually make the team with the 28-man rosters, who had a really good spring. I love his stuff. Is Cutter Crawford, also fantastic baseball name. So you could see him, pitching some meaningful innings if the stuff plays. He kind of had a rough start to his career last year, but you sweep that under the rug. You do have some arms in AAA like Caleb Bort and a handful of other dudes that might be able to come out of the bullpen for you, but it's gonna kind of be a mix and match throughout the year. Maybe you have to go out and acquire somebody before the July deadline or whatever, but you can still at least win with this pen if used correctly.
Yep. No, you can absolutely, and there's always time to get someone, and guys will emerge, dude. Like looking at that bullpen, it could be the guys who we're saying are good could be bad, and the guys we're saying that are bad could be good. It's just you just didn't really know how it's ever going to really work out with the bullpen. But what else we got? You want to go down in the positions?
Yeah, so I mean, we pretty much know what the lineup's going to look like, right?
Yeah, we all pretty much know the lineup. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So obviously, you have the bench. Travis Shaw did not make the team. He's going to be down in Worcester to start the year. So your main bench, bench guy.
Where did you see that? You
said I saw that he was not going to opt out of his contract. So him and Derek Holland.
Yeah,
I saw it on the MLB trade rumors. That's all that I know.
Yeah, it's just.
I don't think it's official yet, but he's not had a good spring. It would be surprising if he did make the team.
I don't think he should make the team, but I think he's going to make the team.
Well, I guess we'll see. No, I wouldn't have a problem with it.
I saw what you were talking about.
But
yeah, I saw what you were talking about. It just says he's like not going to opt out, but I think it says he's trending toward making the team.
Okay. Yeah. Obviously, the big guy in your bench that can play every position is Christian Arroyo. He's even getting some time in right to kind of platoon with the JBJ against lefties, which I enjoy seeing. So you'll see a lot of Christian Arroyo this year. He might even get 300 at bats by all said and done.
Absolutely. No, I think he's going to be a big part of this team. However it plays out, it could be maybe being a starter eventually somewhere, or it could be just being a super utility guy. But who knows? He's going to be a big part of this team, and he can hit. He can certainly rake. If he can stay healthy, then he'll be a valuable piece.
Yeah. In terms of your backup catcher, I mean, you're not going to really do too much better than Kevin Plawecki behind the dish. He could even be a starter on some teams. I feel like he has good chemistry. He Nate Eovaldi loves catching him or having them catch him. So I'm pretty confident at the catcher position between him and Vasquez, where you actually even have some depth between some guys in the minor leagues too. So that's an area, I feel like, we're strong at that. A lot of other teams, are kind of struggling to piece and match guys together.
For sure. Give me one sleeper guy on the team that you like. Maybe like a bench guy or someone to have a really good year that no one really thinks is going to have a really good year.
I think Dahlbeck's going to break out. I think
Nice.
I think we're going to see more of the player when he broke out in 2020 and hopefully near the end of last year. He could hit 30 home runs and hit you 270. That is as good as you're going to get at first base. Maybe even see some time around the diamond if Cassis forces your hand. So I'm really looking forward to a full season to Bobby Dahlbeck, and I think he's going to figure out some more of the strikeouts. I think he's actually going to be a well above average first baseman in baseball this year.
Good choice.
Yeah, I mean that's a guy that we've talked about, the last couple of episodes here of having the ability to have a very good 2022. He's had a good spring training, so hopefully he's able to carry it over to the regular season. But that's a guy that we've talked about a lot in Bobby Dahlbeck, who could have could be a very big part of this team at the first base position. So Bobby Dahlbeck is definitely a guy that I'm looking forward to. And I also think Christian Arroyo, like we just mentioned, to have a very, very good season. I think, like you mentioned, LeBeau, health is a big part of it. But if he can stay healthy, he can play. He's very versatile, can play the outfield, can play second, can play, really whatever you need him to. So I think Dahlbeck and Arroyo are two guys that I'm looking forward to seeing this year, and I think they're both going to have very impactful years for the Red Sox this season.
Yeah, I think you said it. Mine's definitely Christian Arroyo, and this is obviously a very pro Christian Arroyo podcast. Yeah. But I think he's finally comfortable. I think don't forget he was a first round pick, and he has so much baseball talent. I think he's finally comfortable. He's excited. He has such passion, such energy, and he's exactly what this team needs. And I think he's finally going to have a really, really good year. As long as he can stay healthy, then I think it's written on the wall for him.
And I think one thing that you mentioned, LeBeau, I think it was a couple episodes ago, is that the term he's buying in.
Yeah.
He's buying into his position. He knows his role on the team.
Absolutely.
When you got a guy that buys in, that's when I feel like that's when you're going to get the best of him.
You got to buy in. in.
Yeah. I remember when Christian Arroyo made his debut for the Giants. I mean, like, oh, this guy's going to be the next big thing. And then he gets traded for Longo and, doesn't really do too much in Tampa Bay. So, and then he comes over here. He actually, puts it together during the 2020 season. Nobody really gave a single fucking shit about. And, actually contributed in 2021. So hopefully, you can kind of see a little bit more of that development. I think he's only like 25, 26 still. He's still a young guy. So there's a lot of baseball to be played for Christian Arroyo.
For sure. Absolutely.
Yeah. One other guy that, had a decent spring. You see a lot of talent still. Jarren Duran, he's going to start the year in Worcester. But I think we see a lot of him this year. I think, hopefully we see more of that electric player that was kind of hyped up to us, kind of becomes another top or gets back in the top 100 list. So I think a lot of people are sleeping on him, but I've definitely not given up on him quite yet.
No, I would agree. I definitely think a lot of people are kind of down on Duran just because of you saw the difficulty with making contact. But his talent is undeniable. His athleticism is undeniable. And there's going to be plenty of opportunity there, with guys getting hurt and just trying to plug and play guys. And there's going to be a lot of opportunity for Duran and for everyone.
Yeah. It's a long season, so you're going to get a lot of looks.
Yep. Exactly. Yep. That's what's great about baseball. You play so many freaking games that you actually have to have a well-rounded team.
Right.
Yeah. But Yeah, before we get to all the tickets and everything, just team MVP prediction, just one guy that you think's gonna really lead the Red Sox this year.
Okay, I like this.
Let's see.
I mean, for me, I got to go with the obvious choice. My favorite player. I think he embodies exactly what should be in a hitter, and that's Rafael Devers.
Excellent choice.
It's hard not to pick him.
It's hard. It's really hard not to pick him. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with the new guy. I'm gonna go with Trevor Story. I think he's gonna make a very big impact. He's gonna fill that second base void, that they had last season, and I think he's gonna have a big year. I think he's very excited to be on a winning, to be in a winning environment with a manager like Alex Cora, some really great players around him, guys like Xander Bogaerts, who he can, really, kind of pick his brain. And I think he's going to really excel with the Red Sox. So I'm very excited to watch Trevor Story in a Red Sox uniform, and I think he's going to have a very, very big year for the Sox.
Good, I like it. Good choice.
My guy to kind of round out that infield should be pretty obvious. Xander Bogaerts. I really do think we need to slap the C on that uniform, Jason Varitek style. At this point, there's no reason why we shouldn't. But definitely, entering his free agent year, Scott Boras as his, agent. I think he's going to really turn it up to another notch this year. He's already an elite shortstop and, a very deep pool. But I wouldn't be surprised if we see him, potentially as the best shortstop in baseball by the time we hit, October, November. And, he's going to get a lot of money. Hopefully it's from us, or we give it to Devers, or we give it to both of them. And but I really think this guy is still capable of winning an MVP award. And even if the defense might not be at the same level as some other guys, he's going to be more than serviceable out there. I enjoy what I see. It's not going to be perfect, but in terms of the bat, it's unbeatable at the shortstop position, in my opinion.
For sure. And X-Man, he owes us absolutely nothing. Just the pillar of this organization, and really hope he stays. Hope he has another great year. And obviously, the bat is just it's there. So he's going to hit well. Yeah, the defense not fantastic, but it is what it is.
Yeah. No, and he's won 2 World Series with us already. You would love to see him win a 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, over the course of the next 7 years. So that's very possible, if not, likely. So as long as he stays in Boston, he's going to win the World Series every single year. And that's very enticing for him.
He absolutely will.
Already took a hometown discount once, though, so doesn't need to do it again.
He did. Give me the first extension that you think the Red Sox will do this year: Devers, Bogaerts, or Eovaldi?
Ooh.
If there's any of them, which one?
I'm going Devers. I think it's the most.
I have to say Devers. Yeah, I think that they just feel the pressure that they don't want a repeat of Mookie Betts. Yeah. So I really do think they're gonna definitely try their very best to get that extension done, and I think they're gonna feel the pressure from the fan base to do that. And I think eventually you're going to see that done by Chaim Bloom. So,
yeah, for sure,
everybody wants to see it. So just make it happen. Just
except for Aroldis Chapman.
Yeah, except Chapman.
Exactly.
And all Yankee fans. What are the odds?
I love how Devers hit that home run off of Chapman 7-8 years ago, probably at this point, and we still talk about it.
Oh, I know.
They talked about it on MLB Network when I was watching earlier. It's just like, he came up to the league, he hit that home run off Aroldis Chapman, and, he was here to stay.
Yep.
That was an absolute bomb.
That was 2017. So 5 years ago.
8 years.
Yeah.
Not 8. He goes 7 years ago. That was,
15 years ago, I remember when Devers hit that bomb.
It does feel like a long time ago, but it's crazy how Yankee fans, like, you got this guy come from absolutely out of nowhere, Minnesota Twins. His name's David fucking Ortiz, and he tormented Yankee fans from 2003 to 2016. Big, tall, chubby, left-handed fucking guy that just drops bombs. The year he retires, Rafael Devers strolls into town 2017 and makes Yankee fans' lives a living fucking hell. Probably, maybe just as bad, if not worse, than Ortiz, because Ortiz was more clutch. He did it in those big moments, the ALCS. Devers is obviously clutch, but Devers just peppers the Yankees. He just fucking ruins Yankee fans' credit scores, and it's just awesome. It's just absolutely awesome. They can't get away from just big, cute, fat left-handers.
Yeah, no, the Yankees stadium or Yankees organization loves him because he drives up beer sales there because they just want to fucking drink to forget about their problems whenever Rafael Devers is at the plate with their New York Stadium sushi and everything else. So, the Yankees organization loves Rafael Devers and they hope that he stays on the Red Sox for a very long time.
Yep, that's a good point, Jack.
Exactly.
It's just smart business for the Yankees to want Devers on the Red Sox.
100%. Yeah. And it's going to happen. It's going to happen. So we don't even need to worry about it. I don't know why we're talking about it so much. I'm not nervous. You're nervous.
Yep.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. But I think it is about time. We've teased it for God knows how long at this point, but we have mentioned it, a dozen times on here. We are giving away 2 opening day tickets. Friday, April 15th against the Minnesota Twins, Aaron Judge's future team. So we did do this as fairly as possible. I think we announced, at first it was going to be a 5-star rating of the show, and then we kind of had to modify it a little bit just to, actually make it worth the expense of it. This did come out of right of our pockets. It's not like these were given to us or anything. So we've been really excited for this, and very happy that we're going to be able to give it away to a fan.
For sure. And this is, just the beginning. Obviously, this is our first, big giveaway here, but we'll definitely continue to do fun stuff like this as long as you guys keep, liking, retweeting, pumping us up, making it worthwhile for us and just tuning in every week.
Yeah. So I think we had over 260 people retweet the original post there. I obviously got a lot of followers from it. So I am going to start off by saying if you retweeted and you were on private, we weren't able to actually tell that you retweeted it, unfortunately, because you are on private. You limit who can see your tweets. So unfortunately, there was not too much we could do about that. So if you're listening, you're on private, stop being a coward.
Yeah, let people know
yourself.
your views. No one is hiring you based on your tweets. Let's get that out of the way.
Employed, which tells you everything you need to know.
Right. Yeah.
Just take a look at Jack's Twitter.
Yeah. I don't know how, but I am. So here we are. Yep, we even made a whole spreadsheet here of everybody's names. And everything.
Well,
of course, we got our random number generator. So we will be checking to see if the winner does follow us. If you do not follow us, you are dead to us. You are out of the competition. We will redraw. But outside of that, we're going to honor whoever's name pops up first. And we'll even be able to prove it because there's already a number associated with it. So if you're watching on YouTube, you might spot your name.
And real quick, Jack said we made a spreadsheet. We did not make a spreadsheet. He's being very humble. Jack did make a whole Google Sheet doc, which is, really something that people take for granted because we don't get paid for this. We're just doing it for fun.
Right.
But
not yet.
We do put in a lot of work, and it's for you guys. So definitely, shout out us.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and just start the screen recording here, or screen sharing, I should say. Are you guys able to see me?
I am.
Yep, I can see it.
Perfect. Yeah, so we got tons of names here. Yada, yada, yada. It goes from 2 to 265.
Nice.
So the number is number 44.
Wow.
So if we scroll up here, this is somebody that
Jason
actually
Bay.
rated their show, so we're excited. It looks like it is part the bus. Our friend Santi Paz, who ended up winning it. This is not rigged. We can promise you this, even though he is a dear friend of the program. So absolutely incredible that somebody we know is going to be crushing beers with us at Fenway this summer.
Yep. Wow.
That is awesome. Congratulations.
Wow.
Can't
Yeah,
make this shit
unbelievable. I know.
up.
Like you said, we are of high integrity. He rated the show 5 stars. So he's going to be very excited, I'm sure.
He is a big friend of the program, though. He is.
Friend of the program for sure. Again, not rigged.
No. No.
Yeah.
I thank you again, though, to everybody that retweeted, liked, rated 5 stars, everything, all that. Does mean a lot. We put a lot of hard work into this. So, to have, everybody interact with us and, all the love, it's been great. So, thank you guys. Shout out to Santi, though. He'll be cool.
Yeah.
We'll be seeing him on the 15th. I don't think I've actually met him before. So that'll be my first time meeting him.
Yeah, no, this is fantastic. We again, you saw it, the Google Doc. That was the number that was pulled. So I guess we did say if you did rate the show 5 stars, you'd have a better chance of winning the tickets.
Yeah.
But it doesn't end here. So everyone that's listening, there'll still be plenty of chances to win things throughout the year, whether it be hats, shirts, jerseys, etc. So.
I'm gonna call him right now. I have his number.
All right, let's get him on.
Live on the
live
show.
reaction.
Live reaction. All right, hold on.
Let's see.
He might be sleeping.
Yeah, fuck it.
We'll wake him up.
Oh yeah, I know. I'm just saying if
Here
he
we
doesn't
go.
pick up.
Yeah. He's gonna be so confused why I'm calling. Oh, he's definitely asleep. He's gonna be like, "Why the fuck is this guy calling me?" He's got a dog to take care of.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Please leave your message.
Yeah, okay. I'm not gonna dox his number on the program.
He was gonna get spammed with phone calls.
Yeah, exactly.
That's hilarious.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, but definitely very excited. We'll crush some beers this summer with him and all the rest of you guys here. So definitely looking forward to it.
Yep. No,
It'll be a
we're
very fun year.
No, we're
Very
really
fun.
excited. Like I said, this is our first full season doing this. So this is really our first, season preview show. And we it was nice to look at a team from, a whole from the start of the year. Before we go, why don't we get some quick predictions? What do we got?
161-1.
Okay, I like it.
It lost against the Orioles, like I mentioned last.
I like it.
Yeah. As
Man.
a prank.
I'm gonna say 103-59.
Wow, nice.
Yeah.
Love it.
Love it. I'll say 96-66. And that is good enough for first place in the division, because to win 103 games in this division, not saying it's not possible, but with how good it is, yeah, I think 94 wins is going to win you this division.
Yeah.
I think there's going to be a lot of teams around like that low to mid 90s. So I think 96-66 get like the second seed in the American League, and then you're in line for a lot of home games in October.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm going to go even a little bit lower. I'm going prices right roll, so closest without going over.
Sure.
I'm going to go 93 wins. They're going to sneak into one of those wild card spots and, make a deep run, kind of like what they did this last year. No more wild card games, so you have more opportunities to actually get in there. People forget the Yankees lost the last ever American League wild card game to ever exist against their rivals. They had a chance to play it at home. They blew it. Now they will forever be a footnote in MLB history, saying they were the last American League wildcard team to lose.
Yep.
Yep.
Just a stat you hate to see, and you don't
You
want
hate
that.
to see it.
So who finishes above the Red Sox for you then, Jack?
I gotta say the Blue Jays.
I would agree. Yeah, that would be the team.
They're stacked. I think they do have some holes, especially when it comes to their depth. They've traded away a lot of their top prospects now, so they're going all in. The Rays are still going to be there. Obviously, we shit on them, but the Yankees are going to be a tough contender too. And then you really have to wonder how many wins the Orioles are actually going to get in this division this year.
Yeah, I know. It's brutal. I think overall, looking at it, I think the Red Sox are just a tick better than the Blue Jays. But with how hot the Blue Jays were at the end of last year, they should have made the playoffs, and how talented they are. I could easily see them finishing ahead of the Red Sox by multiple games. So
they also have the biggest home field advantage in baseball right now.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Aaron Judge can't play there. Like, he's bound for Minnesota, where they don't really care about that, but which is essentially Canada anyway. So
right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Exactly.
But,
all right. Do the Red Sox win the last game of the season? In other words, do they win the World Series, or do you see them falling short against someone?
I mean, they weren't too far away from it last year. They're 2 wins away from making the World Series. I think they would have had, a better chance than the Astros did against the Braves. So, I do think that we're going to win the World Series this year. Obviously, there's a lot of other teams that are involved. I think we actually see more balance throughout the league than we have in a lot of years, really. But I think, there's no reason to believe that we can't win the World Series.
Yep.
I agree, Jack. It's going to be a tough battle, but I think they're going to, at the end of the day, they're going to get there. They're going to be in the World Series, and I think they can ultimately win it. I think Chaim Bloom's going to make maybe a couple additions at the deadline. That's really going to propel this team going forward, and they're going to make a good run here in the playoffs.
Good. Okay, I like it. My ultimate prediction, trying to be as fair as possible, is I think that the winner of the AL East is going to be the team that makes the World Series from the American League. Having said that, I think that this is the Dodgers' year, finally, to win an actual World Series, not a Mickey Mouse championship, as the kids say on Twitter. But I think that Freeman edition, really, Freeman, Turner, it's just, it really is just such a tough ball club to beat. I think that, like I said, the Red Sox will be the class of the American League. American League East is going to be the toughest division. The Astros don't scare me nearly as much as they did last year. The White Sox don't scare me at all.
I disagree with you on that one, but
yeah, they don't. I mean, they scare me to an extent, but
you face them 6 times a year. And then, there's only a slight chance that you even face them in the playoffs. So I'm not scared in that regard, but I think they win their division.
No, that's what I'm saying. I'm talking about the division winners. Like the Astros will win their division. The White Sox will win their division. But those teams don't scare me down the stretch in the playoffs. I think the winner of the AL East is going to be the best team in the American League, going to make the World Series. I just think the Dodgers are too good. I'll say my prediction is Dodgers over Red Sox in 7 games.
Ooh.
Okay. You could be like Matt Galveo and pick the Rays to beat the Red Sox in the ALDS like the fucking idiot he was in episode 1. In episode 1.
Episode 1.
Yeah. And
to be fair,
me and Matt LeBeau had Sox in 5, and we looked pretty dumb too when it was Sox in 4. But you looked even dumber.
Yeah. I think I said
Rays. Picked them in 3.
Yeah. Avail picked them in 2.
Yeah.
They're gonna get beat so badly.
Yeah.
That they're gonna just get mercied.
How can you not pick the Sox? This is a fucking Red Sox show.
Well,
I even respect Matt LeBeau. They got close. They got in Game 7 of the World Series.
Yeah, I'm thinking of a Game 7 of the World Series. That's a hell of a season.
Yeah. Actually, no. What? I don't want to make the World Series and lose. I want to keep that I'm honestly glad that we lost in the ALCS and not the World Series this last year, because that would have stunk.
That does suck, but watching your team in the World Series there's no quite boner like that. There's no main unit erection that you get from watching your team on a crisp October night, in the World Series, and that's the only thing that matters in the world. like you're giving out money to homeless people because like you're just trying to get good karma, and like you're just like that's like the only fucking thing that matters in the world. It's like
It
you
is
can't
so
even
funny.
concentrate at work. Like you don't. Your life is just like you get up, you wait for the World Series, you wait for 8-10, and that's literally it. So it's like yeah, it would have sucked to lose in the World Series, but to watch your team in the World Series, there's no quite better feeling on planet
It
Earth.
is so funny that you bring up that like giving money to homeless people because
Yeah.
it's like the sick
I do that.
things,
It
the
is.
sick
that.
things that you do for a win.
This is like an inside look of being a sports fan. Like it's one of those weird things that like true diehard fans do. It's like you're like helping the old lady cross the street, like the other fucking 11 months out of the year, you're just like this cold-hearted son of a bitch, and just like
You're the
it's-
one in the car like beeping at the old woman to get out of the way
Yeah.
so you can drive.
yeah. But in October, you're going to church with your mom.
Yeah.
No, let's go to church.
Yeah, no, don't worry. I'd never get a tattoo.
You're saying prayers that you've never said in your life.
Never said them. Yep, never said them.
Yeah.
You're like, I didn't even know I knew the words to Our Father, but
Yep.
here I am.
Yep.
Yeah. Definitely went a little later in this episode. There's a lot to talk about, but it's fun. We don't want to be like other shows and do a 3-hour episode every week.
Right.
We want to respect your guys' time. Hopefully you enjoyed the full length of this one. Maybe split it up in 2 parts. I know I do that with a lot of shows a lot, but this was a big episode for us.
Absolutely. And the only time you'll ever see a longer episode than this is if the Red Sox win the World Series. Other than that, this is the absolute longest it'll ever be. Most of the time they're going to be 50 minutes to an hour or an hour and 5 minutes, something like that. This is a longer one, so we thank you for hanging in.
And we spent the first 40 minutes talking about cats.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, you got to factor that in. That's free time.
Right.
Nobody's regretting listening to Wally eat cat.
No, exactly. And the offer does still stand, like we said earlier. Take a picture with the stuffed cat and Wally.
Yep. We'll even put you up on the website. You can come on the podcast and the whole shebang.
That's right, LeBeau. We do have the website. Be sure to check that out as well. Matt LeBeau worked very hard on that. And looks good. It looks good. There's a lot of content that's going to be posted on there.
It's going to be a fun year. It's going to be a fun year.
Good.
Yeah.
Man, I'm jacked up for Thursday.
I am horny for baseball.
Yeah, me too.
You can't see it right now, but Jack's pitching a tent, and
you can't see it in general.
All right, I think
that's a good place to end.
Yeah. Congrats, Santi.
Yes.
I'm in the corner.